Watch out! Here's Moosey! Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house. Watch out. Watch out. Here's Moosey.
Hey all, how's it going? Hope you're doing fantastic. My hair's a little goofy because, you know, still a tiny bit wet from the shower. It's got a little wave to it. Like the whole thing is like whoosh. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow though, so say goodbye to the wave. Hope you guys have been doing okay since I last saw you, which was less than about 21 hours ago. Hope nothing crazy has happened in your life since then. Hope you've had a kind of boring life. Because boring is good. Unless you got like a job promotion or whatever, in which case, happy Monday to you, I suppose. I had today off, super sick. I was able to do a little bit of video editing, but mostly I was just relaxing. And then went to the gym and did some training. So I am feeling pretty good. Found a bullet casing on the street? That's pretty sick. I'm happy for you. But anyway, tonight is the last night of the DXBL playoffs. We have the finals starting next week. We'll start back with lightweight, but we got all of the finals to do. And so yeah, this is the very last week of the playoffs to find out who will have a chance to fight for. I guess it's bragging rights. Last year we had 4 champs. This year we're going to have 9. So I say last year. It was like almost 2 years ago that the last DXBL finished up. But yeah, I'm super excited. We're going to get into it. Play some Monster Rancher. I'm wearing 10 pounds on my ankles today. Doing little kicks under my desk. Hey, Go Pause. Thanks for the sub. Very kind to you. As always, 55 months. Holy moly. I've been streaming that long? That's insane. That's crazy. You guys gotta be more like GOAT. What the hell? I almost uploaded Monster Rancher 1. Okay, so I gotta figure out... I've actually got a guy fighting tonight. I have 2 guys fighting tonight. I don't know if they're on the same file. I think they are. I think they're on file 3. I'll take a quick check. But 3 times Pimpy and Mr. Stromboli are both fighting tonight. 55 is almost a year, yeah. If I was a cartoon, would I have facial hair or not? Not. I don't think I can grow good facial hair. This is basically what it looks like when I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks. I have not like drawn like I have not purposely made the like chin strap thing happen here and like have it slighter. It's like darker on this cheek than it is on this cheek. It's just, you know, I can't grow good facial hair. Damn, 18 months, that's almost 1/3 of a year. Yeah, I don't know, maybe like a 5 o'clock shadow. I think when I shave it all down, I think I look okay with the 5 o'clock shadow, but I gotta get rid of this shit on my face. Getting the haircut tomorrow, so it's a time to look presentable for the first time in weeks. Okay, let's check Frozen Monsters real quick. Mr. Stromboli, 3 times Pimpy is not on this file. It might just be on the first file. Hey, Twitchy Torble. Very kind of you. Tree Fitty indeed. 5 Tritty. What's the IRL badge for? Went outside? Oh, that's good. I've never seen that before. Is that a new thing? Watch an IRL stream for 15 minutes and get a badge. It's new. Oh, okay. Speaking of which, I wonder if Zach's streaming tonight. Go! Thank you for the gifted. Very kind of you. To Loki, too. Loki is a good recipient of that. Okay, let's check our Frozen Monsters. Uno mas. 3 times Pimpy is here. But my other guy isn't. So I don't think I have a... I think that's the only file with 3 times Pimpy on it. So I think I might have to swap files. That's annoying. Because this is even further back. What's this? Maybe, like, I got a random file with it on it. What happens if they fight each other? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure it out. If they're not on the same file, I'll have to pick a favorite. It's a pretty easy win for 3 times Pimpy, I think, though, fighting a tank. I can collude. I can look at who the next matches will be and fight and decide. I have to boot up the Switch file. Dude, my Switch doesn't have this version of the game on it, but it does have the Japanese version of the game, which is the Japanese version of just this says Centaur. This doesn't actually have either of them on it. Interesting. We'll figure it out. But yeah, before DX released, they released a Japanese, like a Japan-only version of Monster Rancher 2 that basically works exactly the same as this does. And that's actually what spawned the Rancher Rundown series. I was like, oh, I should probably start making stuff for this. And then, but I accidentally cleared my save data because it's Japanese and I don't know what the fuck the menus are saying, and I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing. And then it sent me a warning, and I'm like, I don't remember seeing this before. I'm just gonna hit yes. And then, you know, because I'm an intelligent man, and then it just deleted everything. But I do have a couple of monsters uploaded. I think Nails and Leon. Like, I had a couple of monsters on that file that I believe still exist in the ether. And I do think I have a strict 2997 monster, which was a pink Kato named Quan. Gatsu. Damn, remember Gatsu? Blockrock and Beak. Alright, so, I think I might be out of luck. How has this never happened before? How have I never had to have the 2 monsters fight? This is a copy of the file. Logarithm, Seabiscuit, Mater D's as well. Good times. Yeah, Seabiscuit is many moons ago. That was what, the 2nd Deluxe Cup? You got 9th place. Mater D's is still, I think, the funniest name I've ever come up with. But, yeah, he was pretty bad. That's when we were first trying lightweight. Like, I introduced lightweight, and then I had a spree of, like, really dog shit monsters as we were, like, fucking around with it. Like, Mega Rock is in there. Borgnine, which is basically the same build as... What's his name? Manilaprancha. Okay. So... That's fine. I'll just see who has to fight first, and then we'll go from there. How quickly will they have to fight? Almost instantaneously. If they both win 2 fights, they gotta fight each other. Alright, we'll worry about it later. So 3 times Pimpy has to fight first, so... That's so weird, though. I think, you know what, it's probably quicker to go into this, right? Three times Pimpy's there. I don't know why I was doing it like that. Hey, Zexter! Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Crip Huxtable. Damn, that's a throwback. Okay, Mr. Stromboli's on 2. I need like a kind of later date. C-word ho. I forgot I came up with his name. I like that. Oh man, is there a big difference between PS1 Monster Rancher 2 and Monster Rancher 2 DX? Lifespans are longer in Monster Rancher 2 on the PS1 because in DX they use the Japanese lifespans. In the PS1, they thought, you know, Western gamers were dumb little babies and couldn't handle a game that was as difficult as Monster Rancher 2, so they made it easier. C-word ho is a good name. It's got neither of them. I got all these like fucked up monsters like Gel Mew, which doesn't exist. Ease got patched too. Yeah, Ease is weaker. Glitches with King Ape and Mach and the Swim Drill are also patched. Yeah. Yeah, in yeah, Magic Bananas 2 are weaker in this version of the game. In the original, I think I checked everything. Let me see if this is the exact same file as the Pimpy file, which are very much... Oh. Okay, Pimpy's here. Yeah, alright. So... I just have to swap files. You know, nothing I can do. Coyote Ugly still kicking? Yeah, he's on a couple of files. I never really used him, right? I had two ideas for the Deluxe Cup, and it was Seabiscuit and Coyote Ugly, and I made them fight, and Seabiscuit waxed him. So we were like, alright, we're going with the Centaur. But the Coyote Ugly build isn't actually too bad. It's a minus skill build that has like 900 life for heavyweight. But yeah, Seabiscuit, pretty standard Centaur build. Who knew? Who knew Centaur was strong? Anyway, let's get into it. Fill in later and Slop Tart up first. I'm gonna be real though, like, if you haven't played tons and tons and tons of Monster Rancher, you're not gonna notice the difference between 2 and DX. For people who have played both, like, pretty substantially, they feel like, I wouldn't say different games, but they feel like very, very different patches of the same game. But if you don't have like 10,000 hours in Monster Rancher, you're not gonna notice. You might notice the lifespans are a little bit shorter, but if you spend any time learning how items work, it's not gonna be a big deal. Ironically, I think the lifespans being shorter matters a little bit more for competitive play than it does for casual play. There's some monsters that you straight up have to readjust how you go about building them, because they don't have the lifespan to get all the text and stuff you need. Damn, Fury Thunderbolt to take it? Fuck. Alright, so Fill in Later wins game number 1. I'm doing little leg raises under the desk, and it is more distracting than you can imagine. Gallisoisel's a cool breed, yeah. He is a cool bead. Mono and Niton, yeah, those are definitely two of them. Mono especially. I don't know if 10 pounds per leg is a great idea on my ankles. I feel my knees a little bit, but we're giving her. All right. Just like filling in later. Nathan filling in. He's going to win that one 2-0. Mini Potcow and Spotrick up next. Also, if you were watching yesterday and you saw Battenbug kind of wax the competition, Battenbug already had a bye, and it was just a clerical error that he was fighting at all. So the monsters that got 7th place, like the monsters that tied for 7th, are going to advance. Because, you know, Battenbug was already guaranteed a spot. Battenbug is a peach tree bug. The other part is lowering stats to 1 sucks hardcore. Yeah, but that sucked all the time. Hail Ash. But yeah, with shorter lifespan, it's obviously more difficult. Esric getting smoked. We're going to game 2. That's just a Monster Rancher 2 thing? It is, yeah. And the left jab. Damn, dude. He tried. Mini Pacquiao wants to win it, though. Shinova and Kid Muscle up next. Veteran Battenbug really put on a great show. Yeah, let's not talk about Veteran either. Don't worry about it. Veteran will definitely be in the finals. We don't need to look into anything. We don't need to look deeper than that. He may not be fighting in the heavyweight rank C finals, but he will be in the finals. Don't worry about it. What's that list of monsters that made it in now? I mean, it is on the standings. Any monster that has like a higher tier than like average gets a bye, and then top 12 of every tournament gets to go in as well. Except for heavyweight rank C, which had so many monsters that it's top 6 of the 2 different tournaments. Yeah, so Veteran's problem was, for whatever reason, it had been fighting both heavyweight rank B and heavyweight rank C at the same time. It had fought way more than every other monster, and literally no one picked up on it, myself included. But it already has a bye in rank B. So again, it's another monster that won't be included in the rank C finals, but because of that, you know, we're including the top 8. So the monsters that got first and second both did not need to be in the tournament. So you could argue the entire tournament was illegitimate, but we're not redoing it. It's Monster Rancher. You can hold that. Mistakes were made. Hinwood and Shmeeshmau up next. Hadra made it in regardless, yeah. If your monster got eliminated, if your monster got eliminated by Veteran and Battenbug super early and they didn't make it, I'm sorry. But, you know, we're not doing anything about it. It's heavyweight. 90% of these monsters are old as fuck. Okay, next. Ooh, big miss on a smash. Ooh, twiddling too. Rear leg kick. Little chunk of damage there. Another rear leg kick. And smash miss. The smash miss. Shmishmao hanging in there. Dodges the triple stabs. 4 seconds left. Damn, him with wanted blood. Oh, he's gonna get it though. Doesn't even get the KO. But it's enough. I'm gonna win that one 2-0. Gulag and the Crawdaddy. Gulag. Okay, let's go. Samurai kick at 61%. Kind of an expensive way to try and finish it off, but it is very accurate, so it's fine. The slap is the play, though, and he gets it. No one's landing anything. 40 seconds left in the match. We hit our first attack. It's a chop. The claw salt down to half health. And the slap, a little bit of slapping. The punch miss, long punch, good damage. Crawdaddy, he's got the grit. Oh, it's Crawdaddy's turn to finish it. The little jiggle Gabu does when he gets hit is animated so well, man. And they do that shit. There's no skeletons. There's no bones in this. It's all vertex animation. Oh, the rolling chop. The rolling chop to finish him. I love rolling chop. That shit never hits, though. It hits way less than it should. Tongue slapping and wham shell. You can almost hear the bloop, 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 bloop when he gets hit, yeah. Punished for whiffing hidden sting. Tale as old as time. That other mon name? Yeah, I know. We always see it. We never acknowledge it, but it's always there. Have a good turning stream. It's fun seeing all the different monsters. Yeah, welcome. Gulag's an awesome name too. Yeah, Gulag is a great name. Some of these ranchers know how to name. They're like racehorses. Yeah, exactly. We got classics. We got names that are references to other names. In a couple of instances, we have two monsters with the exact same name, but it's very rare. The chewing? Are we going to game 3? We're going to game 3. Sting slash. The tongue slap instant kill? Damn, dude. That is his name. Undertaker and Bellandine up next. Thanks, Macombo. Okay, I always forget that he's not a Bajarl and he's a Dao. We get to see Janky Cyclone with a horribly stretched out model. He's still in the tournament. He could always swing it. Ooh, the big brow smash miss. Cold Fog. 2 in a row. 3 in a row. Into the Ice Sword, the classic. What a finisher. Ooh. Game number 2, here we go. huge damage on the arrow to start things off. Brow Smash. Ern has not landed a single attack yet. Dodges the splash, so he still gets time to do any work. Did the Rising Grind group make it to finals? What do you mean group? Top 8 from that tournament makes it, yes. Bell Undine, moving on. Me eat you now and the Joker baby. I remember for a while everyone got sick of Undine winning and we didn't see many for a spell. I think that was more of the transition from emulator to DX. It was winning everything in emulator. Accidentally overtuned in hard mode, and then it did really well the first little bit of DX, and then yeah, I think you're right, people stopped making them. And the tail assault, big damage. Tongue slap miss. Ooh, roll attack. Joker baby's trying. It's kind of crazy that a white mochi with just like every attack under the sun is in B rank. It was winning enough. Big pedal roll. Teleport gonna do a little chunk of damage. 2 in a row, down into the green. A third one would have actually been really good, though it could have potentially procced power. Roll attack, good damage, no crit. He eats you now in a pretty good spot, though. Hits the tail assault, it's not enough to kill. On the 50-50. Teleport is the play here. Press gonna finish him off first, though. He gets the grit. He's in it. Flame? Damn. Yeah, that wasn't gonna do anything anyway. Eat you now needs to swing or he's gonna lose. He loses. That's how she goes. Kind of can't do a lot with Undine. Yeah, she's weird because, like, she's got a lot of good moves, but she has best moves, right? So you're, like, kind of trolling or, like, making a goofy build if you don't just pick up her best stuff. Does White Mochi start with Flame? Yeah, he does. So you can't get rid of it. Oh, wait. I got a frozen monster. Alright, Pimpy. It's your turn. I might skip out on the Stromboli fight. Just to see if Pimpy doesn't make it. If Pimpy advances in winner's side, I'm going to like slow down the Stromboli fight until later. But if Pimpy loses, we can go Stromboli mode. Straight, good damage on the hop. He misses the bite. Hard straight, damn, it crits. He gets the grit though, he's still in it. Dust Cloud, a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage, he's in the green. Hard straight again. Only swinging the accurate stuff, pretty good against a speed monster. Guts Correction, not doing enough to help out 3 times Pimpy. Game 2. They're building guts. Another straight. Razor Leaf has landed 5 attacks in a row. He's got power. 6 attacks in a row. Damn, dude. Didn't miss a single attack. Well, what are you going to do? He stood there swinging his accurate shit, and it all landed. Okay, we got to get out and then go back in. Wait, I don't think Stromboli's on this one. We rely on something else for this? No, it's too late. How much RNG is there with what attacks they use? It's complete RNG. Dude, this system sucks so bad. Why does it take so long to load? I think it's the file I was just on, yeah. Oops. And then this one had Stromboli. Hippie and Stromboli both did pretty good. Making it to rank B is, you know, pretty solid in and of itself. Monsters being made and disintegrated. Monsters being disintegrated and remade on a molecular level in real time. Yeah, that's why it takes so long. On your event from willing participant, they'd need my memory card. Like, it doesn't help. It requires me to do extra work, so it's not happening right now. Mr. Stromboli and Alce. Alce's not uploaded? All that for nothing. Okay. No bite and totally legal. You have the ability to remove text, basic text, and choose monster top 3 text for battle. Which monster will be strongest in this format? Metalner. And then it wouldn't change who the best monsters in the game are. It would be Metalner, and then Naga, Golem, Kamui. It'd be the same as it always has been. Naga would be significantly stronger. Raki would be a lot stronger, yeah. Tiger would be... Yeah, Tiger's bite and scratch are, like, not terrible. But they are, like, its worst power attacks. Undine and Mach. Mach would be marginally better, but Mach would still kind of suck. Undine would get stronger, for sure. You could just leave slot 1 open on Undine. You get Twister Claw build? Twister Claw is really good, but Twister Claw being stuck in slot 3 means that it's going to spend a lot of the match not attacking. Kato would get better. We've done... The reason like none of this is like speculative to the point where like we already have really, really strong data for this. And it's not like it requires... what do you call it? It doesn't require much speculation. I think that's 1-1, right? Is that we've done tech deletion tournaments and stuff in the past. Galley would be fun that way? Yeah, Galley gets stronger when you can rely on power or intelligence. Hair with tech deletion? Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's 2-1. Someone can yell at me if I'm wrong. I can just check. I don't need to rely on chat. I don't even need you anymore. Yeah, 2-1. Who's up next? Up next, we got Snow Problemo and Fill In Later. Sun Problemo. It's very different. Me calling my wife when I gotta go bail out our kid. Sun Problemo. Plant, yeah, Plant. Intelligence Plant gets a lot better when you don't need to worry about the power attacks for sure. But they're still not as good as the stuff that's already broken. Baku would be better. Baku kind of needs Dust Cloud. Charge is like not a great move, but it's fine for how cheap it is. Intelligence Plant really relies on hitting the lifesteal. It's pretty good, though. Broken stuff's more consistent. Yeah, that's some of it. Also, like, we already play with really, really small move sets to begin with, right? Like, a lot of competitive builds don't pick up more than 3 moves. It is an interesting question. If you haven't played much competitive, it's probably a little bit more fantastical than it is to those of us who've, you know, spent way too much time playing this game. Because, yeah, we've already done a bunch of tournaments like that. It is cool to see who changes, though. Dust Cloud is a better opener than Hypnosis. Yeah, Hypnosis is, like, legit funny how bad it is, though. One of my heavyweight mons only has basics. Lanky the Ape. Ape's basics are really good. Ape's basics can carry it. Oh, the firewall. It's no problemo. Gonna win that. Pretty sure that's 2-0. I'm reading chat too much. I gotta stop reading chat. I gotta stop interacting and being a fun guy to talk to on stream and just, you know, get to the Monster Rancher. Jeez, he's such a bad host. He doesn't even remember. He's not even paying attention to the matches. Manny Pacquiao and Kid Muscle. Dreams of an Intelligence Baku are ancient history. In hard mode, he got buffed a lot. In vanilla, yeah, he's kinda rough, though. Even with tech deletion, Intelligence Baku is kinda goofy. People who complain about that should watch Macho Tourneys. People who complain about that stuff aren't watching streams to have fun. They're watching streams because they have confused watching video games with having hobbies. It's been a while since Macho hosted one. Yeah, I think Macho's taken a break, a well-deserved break from Monster Rancher. And realistically, after the DXBL, I probably will as well. I don't actually know what the vibe going forward is. Where can we find hard mode tech values? They're on Legend Cup. LegendCup.com has everything. Or poked in here in general. I'm always talking to Macho, though. He just isn't interested in watching the streams. UKMR stuff? Very funny to be like, I think I'm going to take a break from Monster Rancher. And you're like, what about Ultra Kaiju Monster Rancher? No, it's surprising, I know, but that's still Monster Rancher. Right now, you know, I'm running, not to make anybody feel bad or anything, right? I'm kind of running DXBL out of obligation of getting it done. But boxing is, like, far and away more important to me than anything else right now. And I think, you know, people can understand that. But as far as streaming goes, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. The channel's been winding down a little bit, and I've been enjoying the streaming. Like, it's not like I hate streaming, but I gotta figure out what I want to do, you know? Oh, rush slash, big damage. I think doing some more, like, game dev streams and stuff would be interesting. It would kind of be like starting the channel all over again, because I feel like most people who are watching for Monster Rancher, like, it's a completely different set of people I want to watch, right? But I do think learning more game dev would be a cool thing to do on stream. Or maybe people would backseat it super hard. I don't know. I don't know what goes into it. So you posted Pokemon Infinite Fusion vid. What did you think of that as a Monster Rancher fan? I thought it was fun. I didn't play it for super, super long. But I did enjoy it. The rear leg kick, he gets it. A slash combo. What happened to Pokemon Infinite Fusion? Is there like lore? I don't know anything. Shrike wins that one 2-1. Deluxe Cup champion Shrike. Neon Gulag. There's an entire AI saga? That's embarrassing. Why do you say it like that? Like it's some like shit that you can't... Like that you can't expound on. Like it's a shame what happened. And then it's like, oh, what happened? Oh, brother, you don't want to know. All I'll say is this. And it's like, just fucking say the words, man. Why are we doing this? Power Bite gonna get the KO. He gets the grit, though. Rolling Chop takes him out. Gulag winning that. You don't gotta be coy. Be like Gulag. Just be swinging shit and get the KO. There's a few Pokemon fusions that are based on monsters from Monster Rancher. Been thinking about doing a full team. Yeah, I know of the Zilla, which is Ursaring and Wailord, but I don't know the rest. Stealing custom sprites from artists and not crediting them? Damn, that sucks too. What the fuck? That's ultra obnoxious. Knee. Power Bite. Taking it to game 3. Damn, that sucks, man. I think I beat the first gym. I don't think I played much further. Maybe I beat the second gym. You know, it's Pokemon. It's just Pokemon again. It's like all these like, oh, why have you not played like Coromon and shit like that? Because like I've played Pokemon and it's a better game. It's not derivative of itself. Oh, but in this one you get to be a polar bear. Okay, cool, man. Happy for you. It's like when I was talking about Dragon Quest Monsters, or like when the Dragon Quest Monsters video popped off again. There's a lot of people who are like, wow, you've never played Cyrilium? Like, how could you like get by without playing that? And it's like, I don't know, man. There's like 4 billion games released every second. And about 900,000 of them are Pokemon clones. Like... It's just like spreadsheet simulators, and people are like, yeah, these are all unique. It's like, they're not. And it's fine that they're not, if that's what you're into. But, like, be real about it. Try my best to play as many Monster Tamers as I can just to maintain some semblance of knowledge on the genre. I think playing the first Pokemon game gives you about the same amount of knowledge on the genre that playing Coromon and Cyrilium and all these others do as well. Like, it's fine if you like them, right? I obviously like them. I played a bunch of them on stream. I love Monster Sanctuary. I think the second game they made is like kind of whatever. Ethermancer. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't really care. I enjoyed it enough, but not super, super into it. Caused Temtem to not hit the esports scene. I've only played a bit, but its team synergy feels like it would lend itself to esports like Pokemon because Pokemon already exists. Again, like, as much as it's fine to be derivative, when your only influence is a game that already exists and it's not like influenced by other things, like Pokemon wasn't influenced by other video games other than like, you know, Final Fantasy, and I shouldn't say it wasn't influenced by other video games. It wasn't only influenced by other video games. It's obviously got like some Dragon Warrior shit in it, and it's obviously got some Final Fantasy shit in it, but it's also just like a concept they stole from Ultraman, which is not a video game, and then there's other references in it. It's, you gotta steal it from more than just video games. Also, like, being a clone can be fine, but also, like, I think you have to, if you're a fan of the game that's a clone, you gotta be accepting of people who, like, don't want to spend time on it because they feel like they've already played it. Like, I've talked about this before, where I really like Windswept, and I really like it because it basically feels like Donkey Kong Country 4. Like, it feels like a Donkey Kong Country game. And it tries to be a Donkey Kong Country game to the point where the devs are like, this is a ripoff of Donkey Kong Country. Like, that's the vibe. And it's great, and they nail it. And I think they do a really good job of making it feel like an old game, but, you know, within the context of a game being released in 2025. But if someone's like, I've already played Donkey Kong Country 2, I don't need to play this, that's fine. All right. I mean, it makes sense. Ultraman was a video game. Are we being stupid on purpose? Like, is that where we are in this discussion? Like, I'm gonna say a thing to be contrarian and make myself seem like I got kicked in the brain by a horse when I was a child, like, just to say the thing. Not every opinion needs to come out. Like, you don't need to type it out if it just makes you sound stupid. Might be over for the baby? We'll find out. Serialim is really cool, but almost a spreadsheet sim. You can automate your teams. And, you know, there is totally some of that is, like, enticing. And, like, on a certain level, I am interested in the spreadsheet sim. But I feel like what I'm looking for in, like, a creature collecting game at this point is more so something that iterates on the battle system in an interesting way. That's why I liked Cassette Beasts. The collection and stuff is, like, fine. I really like the characters in it, so that makes a big difference. But the battle system's super fun. Still find it so funny that one of the reasons they made a trading system in Pokemon was because Tajiri is very salty. He didn't have a specific rare drop in Dragon Quest. That's sick. And then they were like, we can make 2 games out of this to force people to have FOMO. That's so funny because you can tell that wasn't like a developer idea and it was totally just like a commerce idea, but that shit was genius. I had Pokemon Red and Blue. I think I had Pokemon Red with, like, it's this one, right? You think I had Pokemon Red and wasn't going to get to use Sandshrew? No, I was using Sandshrew, brother. I didn't get them both at the same time. I think I had completed my Pokedex before I got Pokemon Blue. No, that's not true. Monster Crown 2 Sin Eaters just came out. I want to see how they've expanded on combat. Everyone I've talked to said that the first game is, like, unplayable garbage. So maybe the second one is better, but every single person I've talked to about the first game is like, this shit sucks. Can only go up? That's true. That is true. Like, apparently it's just, like, filled with glitches and, like, game-breaking bugs and stuff. And, you know, I'm reserving judgment because I think it's kind of stupid to have the opinion when I haven't played it. But, you know, I can only hear so many negative things and not be affected, you know? That spin kick. Kusoge Monster Razor? That's just Pokemon Red. I want a modern Monster Hunter game with the song lookup. It's called Monster Rancher DX. Monster Crown 2 is not unplayable garbage, but it's still not great as a monster collector. It's more like playing Yume Nikki. Combat is trivial. You need, yeah, the game needs to be like playable on like the battle system. That's the biggest reason why I didn't like vibe at all with Mammon King, is because the battle system sucks. Like, it's legitimately bad. It's like the most unrefined, this is just kind of Pokemon, but like maybe worse. It is just Pokemon, really. Ultra tried with the NFC chips. Yeah, that was interesting. Mammon King's biggest crime against video games was having your attacks look like a hand of cards and tricking people into thinking it was a deck builder, but it's not. You just choose which attacks you have like you would in Pokemon, and then you always have those attacks available. There's no deck building. I've had so many people be like, actually it's a deck builder. And it's like, have you played the game? Because if yes, you might be stupid, and if no, like, you know, listen to the guy who's played the game. Because it's not a deck builder. You choose your attacks. The UI is made up of a hand of cards for no reason. Yeah, instead of menus, the game has a deck of cards. Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, cards are just UI. There's no, like... It can't be a deck builder if you don't get to draw cards from a deck, right? Like, that's just basic. It's like, it's not a racing game if... I don't even know. I can't even think of what you would need to do to a racing game to, like, have it be... I guess you don't technically need to draw cards, but, like, you have some sort of thing, and it goes into a pool, and you pull them out. What would, like, the racing game equivalent of that be? It's not even, like, go forward, because you could have a racing game where you go backwards. Deck Builder Pokemon still sounds fun. That sounds interesting. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D. Don't drive around a track. It's not a racing game. Is a straightaway a track? Outrun defined itself as driving game instead of racing game because there's no race. Yeah. Turbo dueling, yeah. The two people have said that. I think you guys are the closest I'm going to get to it. A racing game without a finish line? Without a way to win. I think, yeah, you can have a driving game without a way to win, but racing game, a race is inherently competitive. You need to have a winner and a loser. It can be a racing game without a finish line. You can just, for example, win by getting X amount further ahead than your opponent. We got Fury. We got Fury on Mr. Stromboli. He can do it. He's not going to get to attack, though. He's getting smoked. My guys are not having a good night. I need more roll assaults against Stromboli. Less stabs. We got Anger, though. Angry weapon. They're both angry. Alright. Anger's better for him than me. He's only using stab. Can you fuck off? What the hell is this? Yeah, I lose. Big Rigs is not a racing game. It says you're winner when it's over. How is that not a racing game? Totally legal. Gotta win that one. Snow Problemo and Mini Pacquiao up next. A racing game with challenges around the course. Ansdor is like the only guy qualified in chat to like speak on this. Dude made a very fun racing game that you guys should check out. You can drive backwards into the finish line. The others don't even compete. I could go on. Stunt Race FX. This sounds familiar. I don't know if I've ever played it. Could be like Mario Party. You roll to find out how far. Power-ups and obstacles could be random. That's pretty funny. What was the mode in Burnout where you explode stuff? I only ever played Burnout 1. Which is like kind of a proof of concept for the whole franchise. And not, Oh, it's the... Yeah, it's the 3D racing game. Yes. Yes. The first Burnout is like... It's pretty bare bones. I enjoyed it as a kid, but I remember even playing it being like... This is like... It was one of the first times I remember playing a game and being like... This shit is lacking. Damn, the hook, the one-shot hook. It's no problemo saying I got one-shots on my side too. That's that. 2-1. Snow Problemo is advancing to the finals for heavyweight rank B. Shrike and Gulag up next. The winner of this will advance to the finals in a few weeks as well. I really do want to start working on my game some more though. I'm kind of tired of just like having the executive dysfunction of thinking about it and writing down ideas. Writing down ideas is still working on it, but like not building it within the engine. I played most of Monster Crown 1, Red King, and the story and dark, eerie vibe, but cutesy 8-bit music drew me in. Thought it was funny. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but people just keep saying that it keeps breaking. It keeps breaking, yeah. Yeah, I think game dev streams could be fun. Especially because I'm like super new, right? So I'd be just like straight up learning stuff. It'd be like the More Monsters mod art streams, kinda. Way to hype yourself up about to work about the game, post about it. Seeing people react to the project is pure motivation. I can imagine. Originally, I kind of have what do you say? Like, I had a roadmap for it, and it's just like things kept getting in the way, and you know, it's not my first job, and it's not even my second job, and now with boxing, it's not even like my main hobby outside of those two. So it's like, it's been like 8 months since I've done anything with it, and it feels bad, but you know, I'm also not being too hard on myself. I understand. It's like, if I want to see it get done, I do have to do the work. And I'm very, like, cognizant of that. But also, I'm not too stressed about having it done by a certain date, you know? I think what's gonna help me is I should set up, like, checkpoints. Be like, I would like to have this done by this date. Or, like, learn how to do this by this date. Spend this many weeks learning how to do X or Y. And then, you know, I can make incremental progress. Writing your ideas, still working on it. But yes, definitely build on your engine if you can. I still say your story Bible is more important. Yeah, I don't think narrative is going to be super important to the game, to be honest. Frankly, it's the thing I'm least interested about, so it'll probably come last. Also, like, you know, I know it's very easy to get wrapped up in the idea of like this is a dream game, so like everything is precious and like nothing can ever be cut. I need to make sure that like I make a like I carve out ways for every single idea I have to like make it into the game and whatever. But what I've wanted the game to be has changed so much over the years, right? So I'm fully committed to not being committed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm aware that there's going to be things that don't work, or there's going to be things where it's I come up with another idea that's like kind of related, but is better than the old idea I had. Or like maybe not even necessarily better, but like will be easier to implement and doesn't take enough away from the game to like be a downside, you know? And things like that. Like I'm fine with just scrapping shit if it needs to be scrapped. That's a good way to see it. Your ideas always keep evolving. Dude, the worst thing, and this happens when I'm like making videos. There are videos where by the time I'm done making the video, I am a markedly better editor than I was when I started the video, and I go back and change the beginning, and like it can be never ending if you let it, and you have to just kind of like accept that you're going to be better today than you were yesterday, and you're going to be better tomorrow than you are today. And sometimes that means stuff is going to get scrapped. Sometimes that means that you're going to want to change everything, and it just doesn't make sense to do that. Maybe these new ideas you have are better suited for your next project or something like that. The curse of the creative, man. Writing in bands was always like that, because you'd like write an album, and then the last song you write for the album that you feel needs to be included is either like, if it's something you spent a lot of time on and it's not just like we need X amount of songs. Through the process of working with a band, the later songs are probably more cohesive than the first few, with like, you know, random exceptions. But like, what do you start scrapping the old ones and just keep making more music? Or do you like be like, okay, that's the cutoff, we're done, we don't have to stop writing music, but it'll be for the next release or something like that, right? It's difficult. Stab misses. Spin kick. Also, I'm fully just a guy, and like I've talked about this on the stream all the time. You can just learn how to do stuff. You can just make stuff. Like, nobody's stopping you. It's probably not even going to be good. But like, if somebody had stopped me from making the first really shitty Rancher Rundown, where I had the world's worst vocal performance, I wouldn't have made 45 more. And we wouldn't have stuff like the Mono video, which is really good, or like even the Dragon Quest Monsters video, or, you know, the combination video, which I think is really strong. You watched a Godot tutorial this morning, actually? I've been doing a bunch of... I say I've been doing, it's been like almost a year since I've been working on it. But I've done a lot of like 2D tutorials, just to like figure out how the engine functions, because I wouldn't say strong, but like significantly stronger than the average guy getting into game dev. I have a much stronger base of like understanding the logic and, you know, pathways and like syntax of like why things work in games, and like the way you would set X and Y up. And like when you shoot a bullet, how does that work? Like shit like that. Like I understand all that from like making shitty Game Maker games when I was in high school. So that's just like a thing that, you know, you spend 4 years of your life working on that stuff. You never release anything that's any good, but you know, I'm sure if I found my old desktop from 2003, I could pull up the half-made fighting game I made, where I figured out how to do like special moves and like how to get combos to work and things like that, and like when I was like 12 years old. So like I already understand like, okay, if I wanted this move to be able to chain into this move, like it's as simple as having the startup of the second move be shorter than the cooldown of the first one, plus, you know, the stun that the opponent is put into. Like, it's simple stuff like that, right? But like, if you're completely new, it might be a little bit like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Whereas, like, I have a couple of, like, the fundamentals, like, intrinsically burned into my brain from 20 years ago. So it's been easier than I expected to, like, put together a bunch of 2D shit. But the game's not going to be 2D, so it's a whole other kettle of fucking fish, you know? The older I get and more stuff I make, the more I understand why AFI sound changes every album. Yeah, that's a very good... That's definitely a Moose Bones coded comment. Yeah, because you don't want to make the thing you made when you were 18. Hopefully you've, like, learned something in the interim, you know? So it's good to show your people your work regularly. It's easy to forget how skilled you already were at the start because you're always chasing something better. I feel that. I get it. Model video is so good. Sensibilities of character design is such a strong opener to the video. You know, it's so crazy. I keep running into things in the wild that are like the cute, cool, weird pyramid or like trichotomy or whatever. And I know I didn't invent it. Like, I'm not the first person to ever have that idea, but I did come up with it from base principles. So it's kind of interesting that so many other people did it as well. Like, it's just an inherent in design, you know? I regularly rewatch Rancher Rundowns just because they're so fun and entertaining. Thank you. Very kind of you to say that. I'm loving the, like, the new people who have found the channel because of the DQM video and just, like, being mad because there are intros. And they're like, how come you're not just showing me the info? And then I'll just, like, post a link to Legend Cup. And I'm like, here's the info. Is it more entertaining to, like, just look at the info? Or, like, do you want to watch a video? You want to watch something fun? Are you a stupid person? What's wrong with your brain? What's wrong with your attention span? Only loosely related, but I really appreciate our Monster Rancher community TOs because while I strongly believe and will lead by example on raising the monsters I want to see compete or making the monsters I want to see in more monsters mod, I'm not running tournaments. It's a big commitment. I tried playing Monster Rancher 4 and I didn't like it. Do I have a problem? No. You have the correct opinion. 4 is not a very fun game. 4 is a game that was made to play for 45 minutes at a time for 3 years in like 2005. Agreed. There's a host of reasons I'm not running my own. Monster Rancher community is wonderful. Is that a 2-0? Speaking of me being such a good host. Damn, crazy. Ern had a shot, but me eat you now. Gonna win that. Okay, and then Alce gets DQ'd. Does not open well, doesn't close well either. You do get to unlock the B-Nix though. Mr. Stromboli and Slop Tart. Here we go. Felt so nah man, you weren't missing anything. It's stupid. I also like skipped through the whole story. The video is not about the story. The video is about the struggle of me having to play the game. A thing that like I didn't really communicate super well is that in that playthrough, we played without triggering one of the game's main mechanics. The game has a counter hit mechanic where whenever your opponent attacks, you can choose to counter attack. And based on what button they press to activate the attack, circle, triangle, or square, or circle, square, or X, you can like counter it if you pick the same button. Really, really unfun and super powerful. And it only triggers if you go through the process of getting more than one monster on your ranch at the same time. Because you can have, at first, 1, and then you can go to 3, and then you can go to 5. Damn, the Fury. The weapon throw is actually pretty good. Ran off with Fury. Nice. Hey, Jigglypuff. Thank you for the follow. But, yeah, if you never ever get more than one monster on your ranch at a time, you never trigger the cutscene that does the tutorial for counters. No! You fuck! Come on, man. So I played the whole game just ignoring this mechanic that, like, never got implemented. Free cubes? I got smooshed. I got cubed. Alright, there's the anger. We're still hanging in there. We still have the anger. No weapon throws. Twister kick with a big guts lead. Pretty good damage. No weapon throws. You're still in it. Nah, you fuck! He grits. He's still in it. 70 guts lead. No weapon throws. Oh, spin slash. Good move. Not out of it yet. Another one. Oh, it's my turn, baby. It's my turn. Stromboli, undefeated. He's lost many, many times. Don't worry about it. Alright, Slop Tart, good chunk. Spikes. No! Dude, get the fuck out of there. Okay, what? Gel Top pretty good. Didn't give him Fury, but, you know, we're living. Angry Spin Slash. A lot of Withering. Good damage. No! No weapon throw. No bueno. Oh my god. You're still in it. Yes, let's go. Let's fucking go, man. The buzzer beater. He did it. Slop Tart. Top 2 in the Deluxe Cup. No match for Stromboli. Let's go, baby. 2-1. Ronaldinho and Shinova up next. That was a crazy match. Every single match was last second. Every single round, I should say. It's Shavona, isn't it? I've been saying it wrong. Yeah. Shavona. Eek. But yes, I'm excited to do more game dev stuff. Really, I think I just want to fuck around in Crocodile a little bit more and make some little dioramas. Get some ideas on what I want stuff to look like. Which is, like, probably not the best way to do things. It's probably best to, like, get the systems in place and then worry about art later. But, I don't even... Especially considering I'm not an artist and would probably, you know, try and hire someone to make some stuff for me. Damn. Shavona going crazy. But, it's just fun to mess around, you know? And I'm doing it because it's fun, so... Why not do some fun parts? I do want to do some more character stuff. Because the game I'm working on, I've explained it already, is kind of Monkey Puncher coded. It's not exactly Monkey Puncher, but it's a game I've like had in my brain forever, and I didn't know Monkey Puncher existed, and then I played it, and I'm like, it's so sick that this game exists, because it means that my idea will work. It means that my idea will be fun. Because it's like this game, and this game is killer. So... You know, I obviously have more in mind than what you can do in Monkey Puncher, but like the vibe of like virtual pets where you are coaching them to fight and you give them advice between rounds and they do their thing. That's the introductory vibe. Also wins by 2.2%. But mine's going to be in like a 3D space, and we're going to be messing around with that. It's super fun. I think some of the character design I have already is pretty good. I will say, though, showing off stuff early is a little scary because it both, well, not it both anything, but it legitimizes the project, which is scary in its own right because it means that, you know, some people will see it as like, this sucks, which I don't really care too much about. What I'm more worried about is people being like, this shit looks cool, I can't wait for it to come out. And then I was like, oh god, I gotta make the thing now. It can't just be a little goofy thing in the back of my head. There's gonna be people bothering me about it. What are the characters you're training it in? Are they human characters or like mons? They're little robots. But it's Monkey Puncher, Monster Rancher vibes. That's a good thing. Feel like you owe people a game is good motivation. For sure, yeah. Shmeeshmow. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You guys, have you seen the first little prototype I made? Which is like, when I was fucking around learning 3D modeling in Crocodile. Here, one sec. I think I have, what is it? Game stuff. Where here? One sec. No, this thing. This little guy I made. Oh. This is just a video. Here, one sec. Yeah, but I made this guy. This isn't like a super... Like, I didn't... This isn't finished. But I was just messing around with, like, learning how to texture and stuff like that. So I made a little robot man. Just messing around with different things. He's adorable, thank you. Robot boxing coach virtual pet sounds cool. Yeah, you know, you already know what's up. You know the vibes. That looks sick, thank you. Yeah, Crocodile's a sick project, though. Or a sick little program. Oh yeah, when I was first learning how to, like, animate. Anyway. I want to do too many things. It's fun to make stuff, man. I got too many projects. I keep talking about it where it's like, there's an idea I have of putting together like a little mini, like a short video about the fight coming up. And I started collecting some footage over the last couple of days, but I don't really have any... Like, I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know what kind of narrative I want to do. Do I have a name for the game yet? I do. It's still a work in progress, though, so I think I'm going to leave it. But, I think it's a little bit embarrassing. But I think the reason it's embarrassing is because I think it's good. And because I think it's good, it's like, it's too earnest, you know? So what I was thinking was, you know, what is Monster Rancher if not dogfighting, you know? Or another way to say that is it's, instead of dogfighting, you could say it's like cockfighting. But what if you combine those two things together? You would have cog fighting. And then cog stands for combat-oriented golem, so cog fighter. I think it's a pretty good name. But I'm not, like... I'm not married to it. It's been a working title for a little while. Nice smile, I like it too, thank you. Yeah, it's the first thing I made. Crawdaddy going crazy. But that little guy, like, that wasn't for anything, right? Like, I didn't make him for like that's going to be one of the characters in the game, right? But it's kind of the idea I had for like the base. Like if the game has a lot of like Monster Rancher, or like the idea, I shouldn't say game, that's a little presumptuous at this point. It's not a game yet. The idea is very Monster Rancher coded, and there's like combination and things like that. And it doesn't really work with the same way where it's like this monster plus this monster combines. It's a little bit different. But I wanted something, I was trying to think of like what would like a basic model robot, like the most base, this is like the Metabee junk ass model you can get. What would it look like? And then, you know, try to make something that would inform the art style of the game. That's kind of the vibe I came up with, was what that little guy looks like. He might not make it into the game, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like, what do I want it to look like? What would I like to spend time working on? I think the like big head chibi kind of robot thing is a vibe. Swappable parts? No. Not exactly. It'll be like it works more like Monster Rancher combination, where you set everything up at birth and then you go from there. But your options at birth are numerous. It's not going to be a custom robo or what do you call it? Metabots vibe, really. Did I miss you show a monster? I made a little robot here. I'll show it again. When I was like learning how to use Crocodile, I made this little 3D model. He's a little robot guy. And then I don't have a nice way to transition back and forth. And then, yeah, I made him look like this. This is not done. I don't like the way the rivets look or anything. I think the eyes look okay, but I was just like, I wonder what the rivets will look like if I like tiled them. So this was me like fucking around with textures and stuff. Crocodile's pretty neat. I like it. I like his little boots. I like the topography to them. His like thin shoulder pads, I think, are neat. In retrospect, it's kind of just a rip-off of Nova from One Must Fall, but we won't worry about that. There's a Monster Rancher game where the monsters look different at different stages in their lifespan. Monster Rancher 1 does that. Everything is a rip-off of everything is true. Yeah, the Emerald is what you're talking about. Merle? You're talking about Emerald. But yes. Yeah, Monster Rancher 1 has like baby stages and like an adolescent stage. But they grow up to like adulthood in like the first, I don't know, like 12 weeks. Sonic Battle is a game I played a lot. But it's one of the most repetitive games I've ever played. But still, I originally, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, this game has kind of Sonic Battle vibes. Like, the idea, because I was really torn on if I wanted it to be PvP or if I wanted it to be like a coaching thing. And I think there's room for both. Like, but I need to like pick something to start with. And I think the coaching is the thing I'm going to like focus on, and then the PvP can come after. But the PvP would be a little bit closer to like a Sonic Battle type thing, I think. Except in a 3D space. Sonic Battle Power Stone, yeah, kind of. It's really grindy. It's a lot of like, beat this guy 10 times to unlock this new match type shit, yeah. Wham Shell gonna take that. Baby sways with his little fins. Yeah, and then he loses them as he gets older. Hinwood and me eat you now. God help you if you want to unlock everything, because the move drops are RNG dependent. I think I got quite a bit done in it, but I never 100%ed it. It is really funny how much of the endgame is just like, you've made Emerald unbelievably powerful, but he could be 1% more powerful if you got this other move instead. And then you get that move, and it's like, okay, but he could still be 1% more powerful if you got this other move instead. And you're just like, why am I doing this? Also, grinding for points to get the space to get Emerald more moves is a lot. Just got to go through the story campaign and get that 20 from the Chaos Emeralds at the end of it. Yeah, I don't remember much. Just ended up using Game Shark. That's probably fair. I have the actual cartridge of it. I don't have a ton of GBA games, but it is one of the GBA games I own. Hinwood, going crazy with the death thrusts. That's that. Okay. Now I got to go back. We got to load up 3 times Pimpy. Got most things, but even with the cheaty Oko moves to make battles go faster, it still takes forever? Yeah. Because it's like this... I remember there was one Gamma fight where he had like... I don't remember. I'm going to exaggerate, but it felt like he had like 10 health bars. Or like 20 health bars, or like whatever it was. That might not even be exaggerating. And I just remember being like, why am I doing this, man? Kid Muscle. My game plan is the same idea too. PvP tournaments like this will be unlocked after completing S rank or something. Then you can just go to the arena and do battles. Online PvP ain't burst with. Might just do something like this. MIG monsters. Yeah. The 10 stock match against Gamma and like Cream Story. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, he survives the Mystic Punch? Brother, you gotta finish your plate. Pimpy doing what Pimpy do. What the dog doing? He's jumping on you. That's what I do, I sit on you. This is the bite. Hits another one. Kid Muscle in a pretty good spot. Kid Muscle does not have hook. But Mystic Punch still kills at full health. Ooh, uppercut miss. Charge will kill here. He hits it. The grit comeback. Pimpy's still in it, which makes swapping memory cards hell for me. Fill in later and no bite. Gamma was so wild in that game. Insane healing and his body blows up every time you take a stock. Yes, I remember that. You have to like run away, or else you take damage. Dude, it's like I'm getting PTSD talking about this. God damn, dude. Also, I remember like Rouge like was in like a red light district or some shit. I think it was just a, but as a kid my mind put together that this like sexualized bat lives in the red light district. I got that game when I was like 13, 12. Casino theme. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's always some casino shit in Sonic. Why are they doing that? The casino levels are always like cool vibes, but like unbelievably unfun levels. I remember Sonic CD. Sonic CD is maybe the most egregious. Lived in a casino. There, but for the grace of God, you know. I'm pretty sure it's the first time he encountered Shadow in that game. He was passed out on Rouge's couch. Ooh, tail combo, big damage. Literally crashing at her plays. Can't believe I can keep up with this because someone decided to play all the Sonic games until the Olympics broke him. Had you, like, you haven't played the game, you just know all this through osmosis? The bite throw. But he's got no bite, what the heck? What the heck, game devs? I hope someone got fired for that blunder. Okay, I think fill in later was that, right? It's a 2-1. Yes. Sonic Battle stuff? Yeah. Is it because it's all bark? You get it. That's 3-1 for Fill-In? Fill-In wins either way. Okay, Mr. Stromboli and Shinova, we're going to skip that. For now. Shmee and the Crawdaddy. I'm going to try and play out all the 3x Pimpy's matches. Because I have the file uploaded, and it'll take too long. Give that man a trophy? It's a good name. Also, he, like, doesn't have a mouth. He can still bite, but I have no mouth and I must bite. It just has, like, a tube. Do they call it a bite if you get, like... Well, I guess leeches have... Like, they're suckers, but there's, like, teeth inside, right? Still, like, a bite. Ooh. Hidden Sting. The punch. Uno mas. And he wins it. Oh, the leaping kick. It's a little bit of damage. Claw Assault. The Crawdaddy. Gonna win that one. I was talking about 3x Pimpy earlier today because my sister called the Behemoth from Final Fantasy 5x Pimpy and it reminded me of him. That's pretty sick. Yeah, he's Behemoth's kind of a fucked up looking dude. Whamshell and Hinwood. So yeah, like getting back to the game dev stuff, even if I don't put that guy in the game, I made it. I have a 3D model that's rigged. And so he's going to be my little test subject for everything regardless, even if there's like no paint on him, you know? Just to have something to like throw into the game to fuck around with. Also, he has an animated walk cycle, or run cycle, I should say. So I can at least use that and like learn how to program animations and things like that in Godot. Okay, Hinwood, alright. Alright, Pimpy, you saw what just happened. You can do the same. Throw it in the art section, the collector's edition. So what I started doing when I was doing it, when I like was making this stuff like forever ago, is I was making folders of like early stages and things like that. So, you know, everything I've made for it, whether it's makes it into the game or not, is like in a folder somewhere. Like in the game files. Not necessarily in the game files, but like in a folder adjacent to the game files. He blinked and it was over? Yeah. He wanted the win. Dust cloud, huge dust cloud. Firewall gonna do a little chunk of damage. He charges, he dodges through the foolery. Diving press, he's got no guts left. Hits another firewall, good crit there. 3x Pimpy. Can't get out of the way. He grits it though. He's got 40 guts, he can swing. He needs to do 300 damage. The blue wisp is gonna miss. What's he got? Diving press on lock. Charge? Charge lands with 3 seconds left on the clock. Pimpy with another grit win. Seen you modeling some Mod Monsters Rancher characters? Probably helps the creative flow. For sure, yeah. Though I made that guy like many, many moons before I did any texture modding for Monster Rancher. Like that guy is like 2.5 years old. This is when I made that. Oh, he lands a diving press. Pimpy. Pimpy cannot be beat. He's winning the whole thing. Okay, Mini Pot Cow and the Crawdaddy. I think because I have tomorrow off, I think I'm going to go do a session in the gym, and so I might have a later stream, but I think it'd be fun to do some more monster modding. I want to finish the dragon plant, and then I have an idea for a hare, which I think will be fun. Obligatory comment about what a good name Mini Podcow is. Yeah, it's an all-timer for sure. I'm tempted to raise an arrowhead named Recubus, so there's no pressure to win. Oh my god! Dude, the hooks! Empowered by the name. 40% skill. 20% luck. 19% concentrated wanting to fuck. I don't remember the lyrics. Something like that. Razor Leaf and Hinwood. I think that's how it goes. I think you can clip it on YouTube too. Okay, here we go. The reason you're seeing these monsters over and over again is because I am not uploading Stromboli again until Pimpy loses. Or until Pimpy can't fight anymore. So it might be tough. Well, you're one game up. I won a tournament with Recubus once. Damn, Recubus has won a tournament? Who hasn't won a tournament? Like Gamora. Pigmon, whatever his real name is. Garamon. Hinwood. Hinwood 2-0. Alright, Ballandine and 3 times Pimpy. Garamon is still not one. I assume Gamora hasn't won, because that monster sucks ass, but like, I don't know. You had a list of what hasn't won somewhere? It's not many, right? Like, it's... a surprising amount of monsters have won in Ultra Kaiju. You've not won any tournaments? That makes you champion of losers? Maybe. Gamora's actually pretty solid. Is he really? Am I thinking of the right monster? Oh, I'm not thinking of Gamora. I'm thinking of Telesdon. Yeah, I'm thinking of Telesdon, not Gamora. Paralyzed Claw? No, that... Are you thinking of Noronga? Telesdon, like... I know you don't measure a monster's weakness by, like, how bad its worst moves are, because you would just simply never get those. But Telesdon has some, like, impressively... Oh. Knocked the power out of my monitor. There we go. Telesdon has some impressively dog shit moves. Hold on, I gotta figure out my monitor keeps cutting out. One sec. Yeah, it was super loose. Okay. Okay, Bellandine, 3 times Pimpy. We know what has to be done. The double dust cloud miss. He's just feeling her out. For the real. He knows. He set her up. Set him up just to knock him down. Couple of jabs. Get the placement. Charge, big damage. Arrow gonna miss. He's dodging all of them. Dust cloud not gonna land. Diving press, big miss. Only 32 damage to himself. Ice arrow, good chance for a crit. No crit there. Both monsters in a little bit of trouble here. The ice arrow misses. Bite at 52%. Good chunk of damage. Puts her in the yellow. Doesn't kill. The cold fog is gonna miss. Ice sword, not what she wants at all. Ice arrow misses. 5 seconds left on the clock. She has almost no guts left. He does 264 damage to himself. This freak. My monitor is like falling. I think I might have to tighten it a little bit. All right. Game number 3. Here we go. He's dodging him. Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Baku's thumping and pumping in time. He's going the distance. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He's got it. He can't lose. All right. And now, before we get to the other side of the bracket, Goat, it's you and me. Whoever wins this advances to the finals in a few weeks. Hinwood and 3 times Pimpy. Hindwood. The kids are calling him Hindwood. A dogfight for the ages, it's true. One dog-faced man and one dog-faced hippo. Why wasn't there a Baku in UKMR? He'd be too big. Same reason Ridley's not in Smash. Death Thrust opener? Damn, dude. What the hell? He grits it, though. He's still in it. Charge miss. The smash dodge. Hits the charge. 400 on the crit. Into the diving press? Well, you know. Game number 2. Here we go. Oh, big self-damage on diving press. Triple stab's going to do a huge chunk. It's enough, but he grits. Into the charge. He cannot be stopped. Death Thrust lands again. Immovable force versus the unmovable object. Or the unstoppable force versus the unmovable object. Game 3. Bite. A little bit of damage. The smash miss. Bite hits again. Death Thrust. No Death Thrust this time. Rear leg kick and do a little bit of damage. Dust Cloud at 60, it crits! He grits, though he's still in it. Hinwood can kill from here. Stab throw, he tries. He missed. He had to do 1 damage, man. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, 3 times Pimpy has a shot to win the most coveted spot in all of the DXBL Season 4. Heavyweight rank B. GG's Goat. Very fun set. And now, you must switch memory cards. Both monsters came to put on a show. Shavona. And my boy, Mr. Stromboli. Here we go. Spin slash, big miss. Both my guys gotta fight horses. Oh my god, the angry death thrust. It's not enough to kill. Look at that, 900 life on the tank, surviving it, but then instantly dies after. Game 2, here we go. Oh, twister kick, big miss. He's in trouble. Weapon throw, not what he wants. 2 death thrusts in a row gonna finish him off. He's got the anger, but he needs crit twister kick to win this. He hits it, no crit. Crit would have done 660, so it wouldn't have been enough. Smash can finish him off. He grits. They can both swing. Who swings first? The Smash. He tried. Just rolled Shishi and Monster Rancher 2. Excited to raise my first Baku. You got 4 times Pimpy. Love that for you. Shinova with, or Shavona, sorry, with the 2-0. Shrike and Shavona. Okay, Shrike and Shavona. Here we go. Managed to get here when I wasn't a VOD. Welcome, welcome. Death throw. Damn, he's smoking that shit. What the hell? Down to 1 life. It's not over yet. Shrike goes for the cut in 2. A little chunk of damage there. Shavona goes for another death thrust. 2 in a row. He's got no guts left. Oh, he's not done. He's got ease. Look at that. 6 cost. Nah, that went away real quick. Triple stabs to finish him off. Shavona stays in there. Oops. Game number 2. Here we go. You did miss the best match of all time, though. Smash, big miss. Triple stabs, big miss. Rush slash. Rush slash. We're going to game 3. We're getting close to the end of this tournament. Only a couple of matches left. Short stream tonight. We're just going to do the tournament. And then tomorrow we'll be back with some more Monsters mod editing. Maybe I'll do some speed running. The world's my oyster tomorrow. I don't got to work. Though it will be another stream that starts a little bit later because I'm going to go to boxing. Shavona going to take that. I'm very, very amped to, do well in this upcoming fight. And now that I've got on a better diet, I'm realizing I could, easily lose another 10 pounds for a fight. So, if I do a second fight, I'm probably going to drop, 2 weight classes. Or at least 1. It was 2-1 for Shrike? Was it 2-1 for Shrike? All right, I'm gonna look at that again real quick. Was that 4 matches? And I just wasn't paying attention? That's been known to happen. Shavona wins game 1. Shrike wins game 2. Shrike wins game 3, yes, okay. Yeah, Shrike advances. My bad, my bad, my bad. Shrek and Mini Podcast, thanks for letting me know. Okay. Here we go. A cut in 2, big damage. And again? Damn, what the hell? This is why he's the champ. Hook, big damage there. His power slash combo? I mean, that would have been it for sure. But definitely doesn't need power for that. Dude, it's so funny. I just realized, I think I knew this before, but like the... Damn. I really just have the same build as Shrike on my Mana Laprancha. Though it is like pretty significantly different by being a middleweight monster with 100 life. Okay, back to winner side. We're into our top 6. Snow Problemo and Gulag, Tongue Slappin', Totally Legal, Shrike, and 3 times Pimpy are all advancing to the finals. Congratulations, everybody. Well, we got some more matches to see who gets seated where. Gula. Alright, we got a Gaboo fight. I predict a Gaboo will win. Here we go. Slightly different loadouts. Slap, roll and chop, gonna miss. Gulag also has like a lot of life. Neither of these have like a basic 702 build, which is where you max out your power, you max out your skill, you max out your speed, and then you have 702 points left over to put into life. So Snow Problemo, a little bit different. Gulag, very different. He's got power, dodges the rolling chop. He can still win this. Huge slap here. Crits for 700 damage. Holy moly. The blue goo is the winner of game number 1. Game 2. Here we go. Chop miss. Rolling chop miss. Gets him a little slap. The ninja kick. This can be huge damage. 999. Man. Blue goo takes it. Snow Problemo. 2-0. Tongue Slapping and Totally Legal. Who do you guys think is going to take it out of who's left? A bunch of monsters have a shot here, I think. To see Gaboo do like that well consistently is like pretty interesting, because he's not known to be a top tier monster, and he's in a bracket with nothing but killers. Though no Nagas today. I think there are some Nagas, but they all get buys to the finals. Always been a Gulag fan. Gulag's a cool guy. He doesn't afraid of anything. Big bite crit, tongue slapping. Needed the crit on the tongue slapping and maybe not necessarily the crit on the bite to get the KO there. Stab at 52, big miss. Another tongue slapping. Ooh, 1-2, gonna be a good chunk of damage. Tongue slapping needs anything here. Roll assault, gonna finish him off. No, he gets the grit. 9 seconds left on the clock. Hits the tail assault. Tongue slapping wins game number 1. 3 times Pimpy gonna do it for the storyline. Loses first round. Makes the victory road run. Thinks no problemo. Will take it if he can avoid Totally Legal. So basically, yeah, well, he won't have to fight him right away. But he does have kind of an anti-speed kind of build. You're right. Okay, Totally Legal and Shrike up first. Loser side. We have Snow Problemo and Tongue Slappin' waiting in winners. Shrike has the anti-tank build too. Yeah, this could be interesting. Okay, Totally Legal having roll assault does give him a very... Oh, okay, he missed it. And the Deathbringer instantly. Oh, dude, but look at this guts difference. Huge damage. That's just bite. Rush Slash not going to be enough to KO. The roll assault hits. That won't be enough either, but both monsters can swing. Roll assault at 70%. Roll assault, such a good closer. Not a great opener. Not usually the first move you want to see swung. Oh, the crit kills? The 1-2, he's still in it. And he's got the 50 guts lead. Roll assault into roll assault is the play. Does he do it? No, he chills a little bit. Misses the bite. Hits the bite. Totally legal. Hangs in there. Gets hit by crit Deathbringer. Wins the whole thing. 2-0. Gulag and 3 times Pimpy. Okay, I got to swap files again. Sometimes the anti-tank still loses to the tank. It's not great when you don't dodge anything. That makes it harder. Okay, here we go. Me and Macho. Me and my Macho. Me and my Macho. Okay, here we go. 950 power, 950 skill, a little bit less in speed, and a ton of life to make up for it. But Diving Press doesn't care about that. Oh my god, 300 damage? Pimpy. Don't tell me you're running out of gas, Pimpy. Oh, crit Dust Cloud, okay. Samurai Kick and do a good chunk. Does not put him into the yellow, no chance for power. Samurai Kick gets hit again? That's it. It's a gay bomb, baby. You jinxed it? Yeah. He used to think Dust Cloud was Baku farting. I didn't know. I could tell he was like kicking up dust, but I didn't know what the icon was for the longest time. And then it's like a little foot. It's like the paw pads of the foot and like a little bit of dust coming off it. I changed files and everything for you, Pimpy. Come on. Totally legal and Gulag up next. Pimpy, you could have fought... Oh, no, he lost to Totally Legal. Totally Legal is who beat him in the first place. So he could have got the run back. That's a storyline. You lose round 1. You come back, you fight him in top 4. Complicating matters that Baku does have totally different farting attacks. Yeah, exactly. Roll assault, a little bit of damage. Gulag's big life here is going to help him out, I think. Samurai Kick. He's going to do a little bit less damage, though. 950 power. Going to be noticeable against the tank. If I look like I'm moving erratically and I'm like rowing a boat, I'm doing my leg lifts with my ankle weights on. Oh. The bite's totally legal. Why is it like my quads are feeling it? What do I got to do to get my calves to feel it? I don't think there's anything I can do with ankle weights to make my calves feel it. Raises, I guess. Do calf raises. Just stand on my toes while I'm at my desk. Okay, Gulag in a good spot here. Slap not the play. It's a little bit of damage, but he's got such a big life lead. 10 seconds left on the clock. Totally legal. Needs like crit stab to win it. Hits the bite. It's not going to be enough. Samurai Kick and run down the clock. If nothing else, we're going to game 3. The toes. Just stay on my toes. Just hold it like a plank, but for my calves. My calves are pretty big. I think it's one of the muscle groups that are like the most defined on me. Which is usually not the case, so, you know, thumbs up. Roll assault, a little bit of damage. He's in the yellow, he gets power. Perfect for him. Dodges the stab, needs something. 2 seconds left. Oh, he gets boxed out. Totally legal. Gonna take that one 2-1. But Gulag gets 4th place. And here we go. Snow Problemo and Tongue Slapping. Okay, who's got it? That tongue slap miss? That's his name. If he can't land that, what's he gonna do? Oh, hits it that time. He's got 1 life left. The bite again. Tongue slap and takes game number 1. Boxing documentary when? I mean, it can't possibly come out before the fight does. The fight's June 6th, so... Chop miss, rolling chop miss. The bite lands. Down to half health. Chop combo. He gets him. We're going to game 3. When your friends get married that day, that's who I'm fighting. Whoever wins gets to marry the girl. Or the man. It's winner's choice. Tongue slapping, gonna take it. The tail is strong enough. Alright, Snow Problemo and totally legal. Snow? Said like Jill. Tongue Slap's another iconic Mon. He is a good Mon. He'd been around. I've been around this town, something. I've been born around this whole town too long. Round here. Everything is about round with the Counting Crows, man. Damn, what the fuck? He got brutalized. Teaser when? Subscribe Patreon if you post there. I do post to Patreon, but, you know. Teaser probably before the video, I would assume. But I don't think anytime soon. Like, we still have the match that has to happen. Totally legal, gonna take it. Do we have Kamui winning the whole thing? It's very possible. All these monsters already advanced to the finals. It's all formalities. Tongue slapping, totally legal. Here we go. We got our finals. YouTube membership and the Patreon works the same way. If you don't want to like worry about going to Patreon, you can just sign up for Golem tier or higher on the YouTube memberships. You can get all the same stuff the Patreon people do. Which right now is mostly just like sneak peeks at stuff I'm working on and access to Moosebones Classics, which are a bunch of videos that are like, the VODs are a little bit older, so it doesn't make a ton of sense for me to just release it apropos of nothing. But it makes sense if I release it as part of a project where I'm releasing old VODs. All right. Let's start prediction. Who do you think is going to win? Prediction is live. A very Kamui outcome. It's a very Kamui Christmas. Tongue slapping only needs to win 1 set. Totally legal needs to win 2. People are liking tongue slapping. I think they just want to see the evil be defeated. I would bet, but my phone's dead. Yeah, people really liking tongue slapping. If you want to win some chips, I think putting some on Kamui is a good bet right now. It's not necessarily guaranteed, but, you know. He does have to win twice as many matches. Tongue slap is a strong move to go into as a tank, but he's got a shot. Tongue slapping did win their last head-to-head, so I understand the apprehension. But Kamui is Kamui. Here we go, game 1. Roll saw a little bit of damage. No one-shots like we saw last night. Stab gonna miss. Tail assault, a little bit of damage, a little bit of damage. Roll assault misses at 71%. He's angry. The angry stab miss at 52, hits at 48. It's not enough to kill. 4 seconds left on the clock. Both monsters can attack. The tongue slap, it's his namesake, wins game number 1. Bite also hurts? That's true. And it's very cheap. Ooh, tongue slapping more than half his health. He gets foolery. Dodges the scratch anyway because he's built different. He's built Ford tough. Tongue slapping 2-0 on tournament point. Here we go. Last night's grands was super funny. The 3-0 reverse 3-0, yeah. Every single match I think was one shot, right? Most of them were. Tail saw a little bit of damage. He's got so much guts though. He's living. He dodges the last one and the scratch. Tongue slap and got to walk forward. Tongue slap with a huge guts lead. He did it. The evil has been defeated. He is totally legal though. See, Kamui's beatable. He's not that good. Tongue slapping with the win. Congrats. Congrats, congrats. Alright, let's take a look. Totally legal won as many matches because he had to go through losers. So, let's see this real quick. Tongue slapping, 6 wins, no losses. Totally legal, 6-2. Snow Problemo, 3-2. Gulag with a... Also, I kept saying top 6, but it's top 12 that advance today. Gulag advances 3 times Pimpy, Shrike, Hinwin, Mini Pacquiao, Bellandine, Razorleaf, Shavona, and the Crawdaddy. All of those monsters will be advancing to the Rank B finals. Going to be exciting stuff. Fill in later, Mr. Stromboli, just barely not making the cut. My poor boy. Shmeeshmau, Whamshell, Heavy Whale, Kid Muscle, Me Eat You Now, No Bite, Ronaldinho, Slop Tart, The Joker Baby, I'll say, Spot Rick, Undertaker. Unfortunately, not making it, but it's been a very fun season. Most of these monsters have fought a billion times. It was a really good tournament. Definitely. I definitely got to catch the VOD. You got to catch it live. Let's pay out. I did pay out already. Damn, it's actually more people on the other side. Crazy. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Short stream today. We're going to end it here. And then I'll be back tomorrow and we'll do some more stuff. I got to wake up early tomorrow to do some stuff. So, you know, just padding it out for the sake of padding it out, I don't think will be too interesting. Let's, who am I following? Who's streaming right now? Riddles? Riddles? We haven't rated Riddles in a while. One of the best Street Fighter players in the world. And local homie Riddles. Let's go say hi. I knew Riddles when he went to his very first Smash Bros. Tournament when he was like 13 years old. Anyway. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I think. Most likely I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.